One simple key to the good life. What is the good life? How to be happy, raise your happiness, have more fulfillment, feel like you understand your purpose, know what you're doing, know why you're doing it, around the right people, and just that sort of, the good life. So, welcome in, fam. Much love, Trav here. Here's the thing about the good life. There's a science to it. People are different, but we're also more or less the same. We're social creatures. We're group-oriented. That's how we understand each other. We're organisms that want recognition in the group. That's a big part of. Here's the thing to understand, though, is people will argue on this, that we're, what's true of some person is not true of everyone. That's true, but when it comes to the good life, we're mostly the same in the things that we want. We want family, right? A lot of us. It's the name of the game for a lot of us. We want family. And whatever that means, loving relationships, romantic relationships is implied in that. We want meaningful, purposeful work to feel recognized from that. We want good food. We want security. We want security, financial security. We want a nice house, nice place to sleep at least, but we want good interactions with our neighbors, and we want our living and work situation to be somewhat integrated and be opportunity to meet new people and do the sort of work that we want and work with the people that we want to work with. Right, so it's complex, but it's also pretty simple. There's the social, and it's all tied in with that, and there's the financial, but the more integrated, the better as far as the good life goes. And we see when it comes to happy people, there are certain things that are true across cultures. You can look at Dan Buttner's book, Blue Zones of Happiness is great. This is the thing that I would have loved to learn in school, but a lot of my teachers were not living the good life, and it's not something they necessarily knew how to teach, right? Not everyone has necessarily a great life, and a lot of people are aimed at the wrong target. They're aimed at the money target, they're aimed at the security target, and they forget that it's all part of a big picture towards having a good life, right? So the aim should be good today's and good life, and recognize that the other stuff is just merely components of that, and it all adds up. So I'm going to give you a practical tip today of one simple thing you can do to really improve your life by a lot, almost regardless of what your situation. Are you ready to get a better life? So my recommendation is to start volunteering at something that you're passionate about. There's studies, people who volunteer are happier. Also studies, people volunteer have better sex lives. So why is this? And why is volunteering the thing? Well, volunteering it feels good. It's passionate work. It's coming from a place of abundance where you don't need to be paid. So it creates this kind of abundant feeling. You're working in social groups, and everyone feels good about each other because you're working on something that you together, and building teamwork and meeting new people and growing deeper relationships with other people. It's a way to find your tribe, your protective tribe that is going to help you have more of a clear identity and clear social group. And it's whether you're in a new place and you don't love your social life, it's not popping off, then I recommend going to volunteer days. If you like your social life, then it can't hurt to get it better. And I would recommend going to volunteer days. So I'm going to give you some examples of sorts of volunteer, because there's a lot of different kinds. The kind that I enjoy the most is volunteering. I'm going to give you a variety. But volunteering with farm work, that's a good way to meet people outside. That's a component of the good life in health, is being outside. Good health. In gardening projects, volunteering with that. Volunteering with kids. There's organizations like Big Brother or whatever. I get this opportunity through Kahumana at times to work with kids and show them around the farm, working with young people, volunteering. I've done some volunteering at like cleanups, Earth Day type stuff, or there's certain organizations that are into it. You can also start organizations if there isn't stuff like that around. I came from a world of Magic the Gathering, competitive gaming. I didn't do it myself, but I had a lot of friends who volunteered as judges, and I didn't understand why they did this until I kind of realized that they get something out of it. They get to feel like they're making a difference in the community and game that they love, and it gives them a piece of identity. You can volunteer. I hear people say, I want to be a volunteer firefighter or volunteer anything. I promise you it's going to make life better. You can have, this is a great way to boost your social life as well, is host volunteer days. Like, come help me out, and then you have friends do volunteer days and you go help them out. Like, set up gardens, or I've also done this, like, I'm moving today. Come over, I'll buy you lunch, but come volunteer, like go help your friends out with stuff like that. Cleaning days, volunteer. But volunteering will help you have the good life. It's a component of it, actually, is giving generously of your time to things that you believe in, and it will really boost your social life in a lot of ways. It'll boost your meaningfulness and work and add to better days and just be more fulfilling. You'll have more fulfilling days. So really recommend it, how to do it, steps to take, because you don't necessarily know about them. Facebook events, go to Facebook events near me, you search through them, you can search volunteer. You go to meetups and look at the organizations. There's just something about volunteering. You go randomly to event that's like hiking or something, like that's cool. But there's something about going to an event where you're all working together, or you're personally volunteering your time, that creates such a good feeling, and is a good important component of the good life. So, let me know what you think down below. Those of you who have more ideas for volunteer type activities, volunteer days, volunteer events, share them in the comments, please. And let me know what you think. Give it a try and come back and write me later on. I promise you this one small thing will make your life way better. I wish someone had told me when I was in my early 20s or late teen. I kind of knew this a little bit, actually. Used to volunteer in the summers at Kiwanis Camp Casey. Kiwanis, these are for physically disabled kids who were mostly not necessarily mentally disabled. Used to volunteer my summers there. So like camp counselor, volunteer with kids, volunteer for handicapped people. And then I used to volunteer, help out with wheelchair basketball. I've been into volunteering for a long time, so I can't say that I didn't know. There was a couple years where I got out of the habit of doing it, though, in my 22, 23. I guess 2 years I was kind of traveling, but doing more capitalistic stuff. But anyways, what other volunteer possibilities? Throw them out down below, and again, come back, write me. I promise you this will make your life better. So look forward to hearing from you soon. Peace out, fam. Much love.